Hi everyone, this is Christine Josty of Mail Something Pretty, and today I'm excited to show you some new products from the 2020-2021 annual catalog that begins June 3rd, 2020. And this is the Celebrate Sunflowers stamp set, which really is just beautiful. I love sunflowers. I try to grow them in my garden. Sometimes the chipmunks are not so helpful with that, but I just think they're beautiful, and I just think the detail in here is just so rich, and you can use it for so many occasions. And there's a coordinating dies. I don't know the exact name of the dies, but they are sold as a bundle, and if you buy them together, you save 10%. And then there's some extra flowers that are not even in the stamp set, so really you can use them for quite a lot of things. And this is the card we're going to make today. This is actually a club project. Due to the coronavirus, we are not allowed to meet for a club, so I've been putting kits together, and this is one of your projects for May. I'm so mixed up, I don't even know what month we're in. So it showcases the sunflower, just the die cuts, and two of the new ribbons. And then that's what I did inside. So you can stamp whatever you'd like on the inside. So this is what, oh, actually it showcases the new paper too, the cinnamon cider. I think that's what it's called, paper. So this is what I just want to show you today. Nothing complicated, really. It's just die cuts kind of gluing together. But I have a couple little tips along the way, so I wanted to show it to you. And then I just noticed, a few minutes ago, I did this yesterday, when I did the flower, obviously, well, actually sunflowers do come in different colors. So this one I did different yellows. The bottom layer is the So Saffron. The top layer is Crushed Curry. There is a new yellow coming out, but I just don't have it yet, called Bumblebee. But a lot of times when people do sunflowers, they do, you know, the two layers of the brown and the yellow, which is totally fine. But I didn't want all of this for list card anyways to be all brown. And so I'll show you what I did with the layers, but I just noticed I had a napkin up here, and same thing, kind of it's just the brown is in the middle. The brown isn't all along the flower petal. So just keep that in mind when you're creating your sunflowers. Even Google sunflowers. I even had seeds last year for some pink ones. They didn't quite come pink, but there's lots of colors. So have fun playing with them. Okay, so the first thing, let's see. Move these aside for a second. We'll do is I did some cutting prep and some not. For the club, most of everything I think is cut for you. All right, so I even dinged my paper, but that's not going to matter because we're only using part of it. So this is my paper trimmer. This is the new, it's either cider cinnamon or cinnamon cider. Cinnamon cider sounds better, or it flows off your tongue better. I'm going to cut this on 4 1/4, so it's 4 1/4 by 8 1/2, so it's going to be a square card, and then I'm going to score this on the 4 1/4. I like to open up my square cards so they open up this way. If they go this way, they kind of flop if they're displayed. So that's just a tip in this one. I'm gonna turn it over because I don't know why I dinged up my paper. All right, so that's all we really need for the cutter. And then really what I wanted to show you was kind of a couple things on the dies. So I'm still using my Big Shot. There's a new machine coming out sometime this summer. We don't have the exact date. And I even forget what it's called. It's just like Stampin' Cut or something. It's a simple name. First I wanted to show you, and I'm actually with the new machine, I suppose we won't do this because these two are gonna flip up. But I store these in here, so I put my clear plates underneath it, and it helps them keep them flat. So, but that's really even not what I wanted to show you. What I wanted to show you is with the dies. So you can stamp the sunflower, and you can line it up. But in this card, I said we're just doing the paper, just no stamping, because I have to send it in the mail to some people. But when I first did it, I cut out the pieces, and then I went to line up my two sunflowers, and you know, it took a little bit. And so you guys, the club members, you're going to have to kind of fiddle with it. And you'll find which ones layer together. Or if you like the look where it's sticking out, you know, not all on top of each other, you can do that too. But this is really what I want to show you. So they used to have dies a long time ago that had like a little directional edge or something, and so you knew where to line them up, but these ones don't. So what I did was I lined up my die, so the cutting edge is underneath, but I lined it up so as if I was putting on a paper, and then I figured out where they lined up. So I found out that they lined up this way, and I took a paint marker and I made marks on this top one, and it can only make one mark on this one. So that hopefully this will be the first time I'm doing it. When I cut it out, I will have the directions of the paper to put together. So we're going to try that. So hopefully that's a helpful hint. All right, so I think we only need, I already cut out the leaves in the middle. Okay, so let's give this a try. All right, put my clear plate down. I'm actually going to cut two at once. So this one is going to be the crushed curry, and this one is going to be so saffron. Okay, so I even have them in the same direction. That doesn't matter as much as long as you know when you take them off, but I'm going to put them in the same direction. I'm going to put my other plate on top. Oh, you know what? I actually did want to show you something else. So normally I crank it through. I just thought of something. Sometimes, if your plates are getting old and buckled, sometimes it's helpful if you flip your die upside down with all these little cutouts, and then you cut. The pressure is just slightly different, and it gives nice pressure to cut out all those fine edges. So yeah, you can even see it did a good job. But that's what I found with some of the, if these are buckled or they're really worn, or if you cut them upside down, it seems to work pretty good. So I'm just going to carefully put it that way so I know where it is. Oh, and you know what? Because I moved it, it shifted. Let's see, I wonder, that might not even matter. You can kind of see that when I turned it upside down, it shifted the paper, but I actually don't even think that's going to matter because that's all going to pop out. All right, so before I take this out, this is the direction. I'm going to do it this way. I'm just going to put it back. And I'm leaving that there until we're ready to glue, which we can. I just want to get everything ready here. All right, let's slide that over. Actually, I'll even put it on top so I know where it is. Let's see if that works. Nothing like trying something new on camera, right? All right, I'm going to take my poke tool out. Actually, so these little holes here are to help you poke out the, you can use a brush too, but it helps you poke out the pieces. Of course, it came out so easy last night. Yeah, I think I lost some of the, you know, we're going to do this one again. I lost some of the edging when it shifted. This is live camera. Let's see. Yeah, I lost some of it. Okay, that's why it's not coming out. Okay, so if that happens to you, you know why. I just want to get these pieces up. And I will, luckily I have more paper. Okay, so what happened is when I put it in and I turned it upside down, I shifted the paper and it shifted it, so that's a very funny looking sunflower. So we'll do this again. And this time, so my edge is gonna go, so I know, that way. I'm putting my paper on top. So I did the die first with the teeth up to my paper on top. Again, if yours cuts really nice or you have a shim, you don't have to worry about that. But I just wanted to show you just in case. Okay, there we go. So that's gonna come off like that. Yeah, and this one's even just coming off really nice. See how much easier that comes off. All right, so that is in, I'm gonna keep this in this direction. If you just kind of move it around, a lot of those pieces are gonna kind of come out. And then you can even just poke some out. All right. And then you have in the middle here, there's like these, you can either leave them intact so they look like, you know, nice texture, or you can poke them out. So for this card, I want you to poke them out. So club, you're gonna have to poke them out with your piercer or a toothpick or something, a knitting needle, something sharp, because we're gonna put a layer of espresso underneath it to give a little bit of that brown underneath. So you need to poke out. And they're not all, you'll see, they're not all holes. Some of them are just like markings. Hopefully I didn't move that direction. All right. Get the rest of these guys out. Like I said, this card is not complicated at all. I kind of probably made it more complicated, but I just wanted to show you a couple little tips. All right, the first being, hopefully I didn't mess it up, is keeping that in the same direction. Okay, so now what we're going to do is I'm going to just turn that over 180 degrees, put a little glue around here. This is a 1.5 inch circle punch, just of early espresso. And I'm just gonna put that right on top. That actually even looks pretty just like that. Flip it back over, but now you can see the espresso through the hole. Okay, actually, I guess I should have, oops. I'm gonna flip it back over, put glue on here, and hopefully I kept it in the same direction. Yep. And it lines up. Ooh. My glue, they're smoothed. There you go. All right, so I'm just gonna hold it for a second. So I only put glue in the middle, but so you can put glue along the edges here, or they're selling the adhesive paper. I don't know what has a name, but you can put it on cardstock and then run the big shot out, and then you peel off and it's all sticky underneath. They had it a long time ago. They bring it back, which is very exciting. That would work if you wanted all this down, but I kind of like the look of it up, right? Kind of, so the petals are fluttering in the wind. So you can decide. But anyways, that did help with lining up, because otherwise you're like, where does it go? Okay, so back to our card. I already cut out the leaves and glued them down. Those were much easier. The direction's pretty obvious. And then this is another piece. Again, it has a couple like pinpricks in it for texture. I already cut that out. And I'm going to put a dimensional on that. And then just put that right on top to cover up there, because it's, you know, the seeds. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use glue because it's here. I'm going to put down my leaves. Oh, the two greens I used, the base, the solid, is Pear Pizzazz, and then the top, kind of the veiny paper, I used Old Olive. There's a new green coming out, called something jade. I need to learn the names. And it's a vibrant, it's like a jade color. So they are showcasing it as leaves, but this was more of a muted colors, so I didn't want it so bright. Okay, and I'm just going to glue this down. Put that right there. And then I have the 2 ribbons. So this is the same cinnamon cider. It matches. They have this ribbon for all the new in colors, it's a nice, I forget what they call it, twill. I think it's twill. And then this is gingham, and this is the bumblebee color, but you can see it matches pretty well. I don't have the bumblebee paper yet. It's coming, but anyways, I thought that matched. So I forgot to measure, and where'd my trimmer go? I cut these out already, but let's see what they are. That's 12, 13, 14, 15. So about 16 inches. You can go straight from the spool. I pre-cut them for all the club members already. Okay, so what I'm going to do is line them up. I'm guessing around center. And then I'm going to take them both and just tie a knot. Don't curse me. I know you don't always like using ribbon, but it's pretty. We're not doing a bow, we're just doing, that's 1 knot, and we'll do a double knot. Okay. Oh. Slide this. I like the look on the inside. Had the 2 ribbons on the inside. And, uh-oh. Now I'll curse myself. Except to tighten that piece. Let's try that again. So here's my 1 knot. So just make sure when you're doing it, all the pieces are kind of taut. There we go. Okay. Put my finger down. And I cut it extra long so that you had things to hold on to. There we go. And then pull. And then you can trim. Let's see if these work. I didn't bring my ribbon scissors upstairs. Yeah. Okay. So you can trim as long or as short as you want. And then, if you need, you could always throw a glue dot. If it's there, if it's bowing out a little bit, you can just throw a glue dot underneath it. So I'll just do that just to show where it's gonna go, and then just push it down. Alrighty, so there, I made it much more complicated, but I did want to show you a couple little tricks. But I think it's just so pretty. It is definitely, has the fallish look to it because I use the cider paper, but it can be really for any reason. So make some cards, send them out, share the love of crafting. So thank you for watching. Club, I miss you. I hope to see you next month. I guess that's it. So I'm going to film another one for you too. So this is Christine Josty. I'm at Mail Something Pretty. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Click that bell so that you get notified when I put up a new video, as well as visit my blog at mailsomethingpretty.com to sign up for my mailing list so you can see all that I do. Thanks so much. Have a great day. Bye-bye.